Hello everyone. Dr. Chong Hon Yew is the current chairman of the Malaysia Astronomy Olympiad Committee. He received his Ph.D. on low temperature solid state physics from the Université de Grenoble in France and joined USM as a physics lecturer where he founded the USM Astronomy Club. After his retirement, Dr. Chong established the Astronomical Society of Penang and he served as the society's president until today. Thanks to his dedication, Dr. Chong is one of Malaysia's top popularisers of astronomy. Hello, Dr. Chong. Thank you for joining us here in IESO.
Yeah, nice to see you again, Justin. All right, So you have been also a big inspiration for the astronomy community of Malaysia, Justin.
I cannot compare to you. Like you're one of the greatest Malaysians out there in terms of astronomy. So can you tell us a bit about the national selection test for the International Astronomy Olympiad?
Okay. So before I talk more about the IAO and my AO, let's go back a bit. So the beginning was in 2013 when I was still working in USM as a physics lecturer. We organized the first Malaysian Penang what we call Astronomy Olympiad for Penang schools. All right. Then later on, we took part in the International Olympiad Astronomy Astrophysics in Greece in 2013. It was in 2018 that we started the my AO, my Astronomy Olympiad, and also IAO. Right. So IAO means International Astronomy Olympiad, the international version, and my AO is of course the Malaysian version. So for Malaysian students to take part in IAO, they have to go through my AO and they have to qualify. All right, we are going to have the what they call first round on the 26th of February. All right, so this Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad followed by International Olympiad. And by the way, this has nothing to do with the Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, nothing to do with that. They are not related to the Olympic Sports Olympics. This is the International Astronomy Olympiad and my Astronomy Olympiad. Okay, Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad. Okay, what's your next question?
Doctor, can you tell us a bit about the Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad?
Okay, this is the logo, right? This is the Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad. So we are very, very fortunate that there's a company in KL, Ardent Education Center Berhad, that sponsored us in 2018 to conduct the My AO, all right, 2019. And we successfully went through the selection round in 2019, and we selected five Malaysian students to take part in the IAO, what they call 2019 in Romania, right? So this is the logo, all right, and this is what we call supported by Ardent Education Student Berhad, right? So now, can we go to this next question?
Yes. Who can join
Okay,
IAO?
so I will go naturally. So basically, the IAO is open to secondary school students from the ages of 13 to 18. Right? So what does it mean? It means that for Malaysia means Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5, Form 6, and pre-university. All right. So if you follow the other year system, you go according to the age. So it can be year, I don't know what we say. Form 1 would 13 years old would be what form or what year. All right. So this from 13 to 18 years old, Form 1 to Form 5, Form 6, and pre-university. All right. And this must be in the what they call studying in the schools in Malaysia. All right. Yeah. So we go to the next question. Oh yeah. Actually, I cannot answer this fully because there's so many interesting problems in IAO. All right. So I cannot. Can you show us your favorite problem in IAO? Now a bit. Let's go back a bit. All right. Never mind. Now, the problems in the my AO and the IAO are not the normal problem you face in your high school studies, right? So it involves a bit of thinking, originality, right? So you have to apply what you learn in your physics and astrophysics and astronomy concept in solving the problem, right? So there's sometimes the problem may look easy, but there's a twist in it. You need to think a bit harder to solve it, all right? So it's not as direct as the what you find in school, all right? So let's look at this problem. So basically, we went to Romania in 2019, all right? And this is what you call, remember for the IAO, the students are divided into the age group. So for example, you have the alpha group and the beta group, all right? So alpha group is a lower age group, beta group is a higher age group. And then, for example, last year we had the IRAO 2021, International Astronomy Olympiad 2021 was held online. We were in a hotel in Penang. Joachim was also there. So for that online competition, we divide into 3 groups: Alpha, Beta, and the Gamma group. So Alpha is the youngest, Beta is in between, Gamma is the older group. So Joachim was in the older group. So now you look at it. So this is in 2019 IAO in Romania, and it was what is called the Alpha group for question number 5, right? For Alpha group. So I read the question. Interstellar comet, meaning a comet that comes from other star and come into our solar system, right, and pass by our sun, right, and goes out again towards the star. So 2I Borisov is the first observed interstellar comet. It was discovered on August 30th this year, that means 2019, by the Crimean astronomer G.V. Borisov. Now, Crimea is part of Russia, with a 25 centimeter reflecting telescope of its own development. The point on the celestial sphere from where the comet moved before entering the solar system is located near the star Rudbach in the constellation Cassiopeia. Now, this star Rudbach is actually the star Delta Cassiopeia. Remember, the naming convention for star is the brightest star is Alpha Cassiopeia. The second brightest is Beta Cassiopeia. So this is the 4th brightest star, Rudbach, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. So Delta Cassiopeia is the star Rudbach. On December 7, 2019, the comet will pass the perihelion of the orbit at a speed of 43 kilometers per second relative to the sun, being 2.01 astronomical unit from it. Perihelion means the closest distance to the sun. Okay, so question 5.1. Would it be possible to observe the star Rudbach from Piacaniam tonight? Now remember, the star names are derived from Arabic, So this Delta Cassiopeia is called Rudbach, and Piacaniam is where the 2019 IAO was held in Romania. It's a small town far away from this capital city of Romania called Bucharest, all right? But a beautiful town, what we call in a valley, all right? So can we see the star Rudbach from Piacaniam that time? So that time was in the month of October 2019. So will it be possible to observe the star Rudbach from Piacaniam tonight? 5.1. Question 5.2. Estimate how long the comet 21 Borisov passed near the star Rudbach. Okay, so it come near the Rudbach. Okay, how long will this star pass near the star Rudbach? 5.3. Calculate whether our sun is visible to the naked eye from the vicinity of Rudbach star. All right. So in other words, instead of from our Earth, our sun looking at Rudbach, imagine we go to Rudbach and from Rudbach look at our sun. Can we see our sun or not? That's the question. All right. So now, and interesting is this is a footnote. I really like this part. By the way, this comet was discovered by the observational round place of the 4th and 6th IAO 1999-201, and G. Borisov was a member of the organizing committee of this IAO. Right? So basically, this comet itself was discovered during the past IAO, and Borisov was an organizing committee. So very nice, So now we look at it. So this is in the northern sky. Right on the top is a star Polaris. Right? So this is the constellation of Cassiopeia. Right? Cassiopeia. And then it's named after a kind of princess. And you see here M1073, Messier object 103, and below it you see the Greek letter delta. That's Rudbach lah. So the common name is Rudbach, Arabic. The technical name is Delta Cassiopeia. So that is the star we are talking about in this problem. All right. So now is answer. This answer 5.1. Sure, we can see the constellation of Cassiopeia is circumpolar in Piacaniam, Romania. To confirm, we can find the height of Rudbach at the lower culmination. Before we answer, you look at it. It is very near to the northern hemisphere. For example, see the 60 degrees north, what we call this declination line, is up here. Cassiopeia is very far up in the northern hemisphere. And if you see here, Piacaniam is around that latitude. So which means that this Cassiopeia constellation is a circumpolar constellation. You can see the whole night. All right, that's it. So if you might multiply that by the what do you call this the height of the what do you call the height doesn't mean it's meters, no, it's in degrees, the angle. So it's pi minus 90 degrees plus delta. 17 degrees 10 minutes. That's the height. And this one, we can observe this Rudbak, okay, this constellation from Piachanam the whole night. Okay. The second question was what? Look again, what's the second question? Estimate how long the comet Borisov passed near the star Rudbak. How long? Okay. So basically, you have to apply. So basically, the physics involved is, I would say, high school classical physics, which is classical mechanics, electricity, magnetism, and so on. So basically, your Newton's laws of motion, Newton's law of gravity, and some of the definition in physics. And the mathematics involved is related to this calculation. So algebra, trigonometry, and in IAO, we do not involve calculus. So it's basically algebra, trigonometry, and so on. So not to the thing is understanding the concept and applying the correct one. So this is something about what MVP squared divided by 2 is the kinetic energy of the comet. GMM divided by RP is actually the potential energy of it. Is equal to this one. All right. And so you apply it. So finally, what you get is that. All right. So basically, you get 31 kilometers per second. And let's look at the answer here. Okay. So you say that. Okay. Let me see. So that's it. The answer is 31 kilometers per second. Okay. Now let's find the distance to Rudbak. So apply distance is equal to 1 upon the distance in parsecs, all right, which is 1 divided by 0.9. Remember when you take the IAO, the Europeans, a comma means a decimal here, no? In Europe, means a comma. In Malaysia means means a decimal. So, for example, you go to check your bank account number in Europe, they have a lot of commas. That means a decimal. So it's to us is 1 divided by 0.03268 parsec. So this is so many what we call light years there. All right. So you do that, you calculate. But finally, you get it to be 1.2 million years. All right. So travel from the star to our sun is about 1.2 billion years. So again, is this? So you must be very familiar in understanding the concept of astronomy. That means what? About this parsecs, the distance, kinetic energy, potential energy, and so on. All right. And we go to the third part is, so the third part is what we call from this Rudbak. If we go to Rudbak, can we see the sun? So again, you calculate 30.5 parsec to our sun. Imagine we are on a Rudbak now. We look back. So this M1 is equal to M0 plus 5M, and so on. It's actually our Poisson's equation, the famous magnitude and distance relation. Very important now. So this is a very important formula you must know. So we get it at magnitude 7.2. That means from Rudbak, you look at the sun, all right, with your naked eyes from Rudbak, you cannot see. The answer is no, you cannot see, because our human eye, even the person with the best sensitive eye, can see magnitude, apparent magnitude 6.5, or usually considered 6. Apparent magnitude 6. Right? But in astronomy, the bigger the number, magnitude 7.2, the dimmer the object. That means magnitude 6 is the limit of your naked eye visibility. Magnitude 7.2 is even dimmer, so you cannot see. But if you say from Rudbak, you see the sun as magnitude 5.5, which is brighter than 6.0. Yes, you can see, but this is 7.2. So in other words, we cannot see Rudbak from, cannot see the sun, our sun, from Rudbak. So basically, you apply this, you get the answer. So the problem is not very tough, but you have to learn certain tricks to understand it, to apply it, right? That's it. And of course, if your final answer is slightly off by, don't know, maybe half 0.5 magnitude, they will not mark you as wrong. They will still give you some mark. The important thing is make sure you apply the correct formula, Poisson's equation. All right. So this is the problem, which is many of the problems like that, but this is a problem of practical nature. And remember, okay.
Yes.
Before I go to the next one,
the problem just now, it doesn't require like any high-level maths or anything. They just require you to have good problem-solving skills, right?
Yes. Now remember, Justin of course had a good experience. Now remember, the IAO got 3 parts. Right? If we go to, for example, this year, we were told by the IAO committee that if everything goes according to plan, the number of COVID cases are not that much. It'll be a face-to-face event in Matera in southern Italy. So that one is in Italy. And then in that case, it will be a full IAO. So you have 3 components: theoretical round, 1, 2, observational round, 3, practical round. So there are 3 rounds, and the total performance is the 3 rounds marks add together. So in the theoretical round, it's similar to the problem we have just now. A lot of questions on theory. The practical round is they will give you a telescope, all right? And they'll give you some of the astronomical data which is collected by the professional astronomers, the data, and you sit in the hall and answer the question, right? The practical round. Then the third one is a very good one, observational round, where they'll give you the telescope. For example, in Romania, I still remember that our 5 Malaysian students were freezing outside the stadium. Justin was waiting to go in, and then we're given a telescope to observe certain things in the sky, and they were given marks for that. So that's observation round. So to be good in IAO, say you want to win medal, you want to be good in these 3 rounds: theoretical round, practical round, observational round. So some photos of Malaysians in IAO. Now in 2019, all right, we went to Romania, International Astronomy Olympiad. That was the 24th IAO, right? So I show you some picture. So this is it, 24th IAO in Ph.D, Romania, October 19 to October 27, 2019. So it's the logo on the left-hand side, the logo of the Olympiad, and this is the logo of those organizations that help. So it's not just we go to a Ph.D, no. It's the high school that is involved, the Romanian Ministry of Education, the Science Ministry, and so on. So all these are involved, all right? And their logo for this IAO is the big bear, all right? Also major. So now this is, so they were in KLIA. Of course, we went to Romania with transiting in another country in Europe. But before leaving KLIA, they are the students, and there were 5. So I repeat from the left, Apik, and this is our Benjamin, and here is Justin, and that is our Kailun. And our 5th member, Banin, actually, she and her parents went to Romania earlier by themselves. We meet her in Romania. We see a picture. So this was in KLIA, right, with the 4 Malaysian IAO participants, 2019, all right? And this is the whole team, all right? So the girl on the left is Cik Fadila. She's the representative from Ardent Education Olympiad, and she's the one who accompanies to make sure that all the food and other arrangement, hotel arrangement were in order. She was really very, very helpful to us. And I'm on the right here with the 4 participants. The 5th one will join her in Romania.
So,
right?
Dr. Chong, like the other will make sure that like the food is covered, everything. So like they will sponsor the food and the accommodation, so the students don't need to pay for it, right?
Yes. And remember, she was like like a kind of a leader, leading us to look for which restaurant to have our lunch, our dinner. Of course,
yes.
Once we arrived at the location of the Olympiad in the hotel in Pechaniam, it was all taken over by the organizing committee. But in going there to Pechaniam and Pechaniam Committee Malaysia, she was the one who handled all our the food, the accommodation, the hotel, the transport, everything. So very big help. So we'd like to thank Arden for that, Encik Suhaimi Ramli. All right. So now we are arriving in Bucharest Airport, and on top you should know lah. But if you look at the international football, Romanian team very good. This is a Romanian flag. So now these are our 4 participants there at Romania. Actually, it was quite a long journey. We are quite tired, but we are very excited to take part. All right. So this is the 4 boys arriving at Bucharest International Airport, and this is the whole team here. All right. And then on the again, you have Apik here. You have on the left followed by Khailun, Jacin, Benjamin, Fadila. And this is the mother of Benjamin. All right, she accompanied him because she got time. She paid for her own fare and so on. So she want to join us for the event. All right. So because she's officially called also a team leader. So there are 3 team leaders. Myself as a jury member, Fadila as a team leader, and Dr.
She's
also the mother of Pek Gek. Dr. Pek Gek is also a team leader. All right. So now, after that, from Bucharest, we have to take what you call 2 flights, right? And finally, we arrived at Pechaniam. And this is the hotel where we took part, all right? This is it. And we were already gathered there. And of course, you don't see the excitement inside here now. A lot of excitement. A lot of teams from all over the world coming. Because 2019 Olympiad, 21 teams from around the world, many students. And we have two helpers, and this young man on the right and this girl, they are from this Romanian high school. They were like actually attached to us closely the whole duration of the Olympiad. Very helpful, not only for in the Olympiad, other arrangement, making the tour of the city and other things. So they were very helpful. All right. So this outside the hotel, and this is the hotel we stayed where the Olympiad was held. So this is for the accommodation, but the exam was held in a school, high school in Vietnam, and also in a school in a sports stadium for the observational round. Okay, so this is a high school in Vietnam, all right, where they were at go inside and sit for the theoretical round and for the what they call practical round. And this is a stadium where at night they're going to have this observational round. All right, very cold, that night when they have it. All right, okay. And then this is inside the high school where this all ready. So how do I call the quality of the organization of the Olympiad is excellent, well organized, right? And don't forget, the people who organize it are not just school teachers or the lecturers from the Romania who are organizing the first time. They are very experienced, and some of them are actually astronomers. So they're all very well organized, and many of them are astronomers, right? And this is the principal of the high school. So he welcomed our Malaysian team, and in English, and expressed what I call very excited to organize it, right? So that's the principal of the school. And now opening ceremony of the 2019 24th IAO in Romania. So it's a kind of a town, a city stadium with a sports hall. And I would estimate here maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people. And the moment I walk in, I feel that the atmosphere is different. I mean, the people of Romania, they're keen for their children to learn astronomy. This is not a sports, Astronomy Olympiad. And already they have a many. So remember, Romania has a strong record in Olympiad, Astronomy Olympiad. They always score well. They always win many, many medals, including gold medals. So their people are very keen on Astronomy Olympiad. So this is our Malaysian team coming in to sit, right? So that's the stage, and that is the signboard for the Olympiad, all right? So this is where we sat there, and our two helpers, Romanian students are there, all right? So there is our fifth member, Badin Natasha. She joined us, right? Behind there is Justin, Tridun, Afik, and Benjamin, all right? So now, of course, they have to sing the national anthem, Romanian national anthem, all right? And then now, they announced the opening ceremony of the Olympiad. And now you see our Professor Dr. Michael Gavrilov. Now, he is actually the moving force behind the IAO. Remember, the IAO is started by the Eurasian Astronomy Society, all right, in 1996. IAO started in 1996. So since then, he's a moving force behind all the IAO. So he was the one who made the opening speech and welcome all the students, all right? And then now there are many people. And then it's just like the Summer Olympics, you come onto the stage and then the whole stadium people will clap. So now when the Malaysian team come to the stage, they don't know how to pronounce Malaysia. They said Malaysia. Wow, you're here. And all the people in the grandstand were cheering us. So that's our Malaysian team there. All right. We are there here. They're close up. And the names of the Malaysian students and the team leaders also there. All right. And then now they're announcing the next team, Lithuania, and the Malaysian team is about to get off the stage. All right. And then there are many other teams. Moscow Land. Now, this team is a strong team, Now, because of certain reason, they do not have Russia team. One is called Moscow Land, and of course, another one is Russia. But this one, Moscow Land. All right, very strong team. Nepal, not so strong team, but they also there. So many of the countries from the third world are also participants. Some of them have been participating for a long time. Pakistan, Russia. This is a strong team. Russia team and Moscow Land team. All right. And Sri Lanka also. Now, Sri Lanka is so good that they even organize the International Olympiad Astronomy Astrophysics also. Sri Lanka and Bangladesh also organized before. All right. So this Sweden, Thailand, Ukraine. So for us in this part of the world, the few countries which are Malaysia's neighbors are very strong in the IAO and IOAA, which are Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia. Malaysia is not so strong, but hopefully they are coming up. All right. And I'll give you some good news later on. So now this is it. So now everyone in English is waiting for the last team to be announced. All right. The Romanian team. Wow, everyone got mad. They know that some of them are very good. Now, the Romanian team members, some of them are very young only, maybe 13, 14 years old, and they can win medals, sometimes win gold medals. So Romania has a strong tradition in IAO and very good results. Okay. So after that, a lot of traditional Romanian dances. So this is a horse dance. Not only one, many, and also songs, Romanian songs. So in the IAO, you not only take the exam, you see the culture, you visit the farm, all right? You mix with the Romanian people. So this is a cultural dance. And after that, after the opening ceremony, you come up. So this is the whole Malaysian team, all right? Khairul, Jacin, Benjamin, Banin, and Afiq. They're very expecting, all right? And this is the team also. I'm on the left and Fadila on the right. So this outside one of the town center, what they call kind of very, very nice kind of town center with those European architecture, right? So now go back to the hotel where we stay. Everyone is expecting. So every time, morning and afternoon and dinner, they'll be discussing the problem there. So we had to give like last minute inspiration and coaching to them. And you look the other table, you can see them also training all the time, all right? So now also we are supposed to use this Skywatcher 6-inch Newtonian telescope, GE mount, for the observational round, all right? And we did it outside a building near the town center, and that was very cold. And we were so surprised that some of the teams like Moscow Land, Romania, they're very good in using telescope. Their participants are very good in using telescope. Not only they're good in theory, good in using telescope, right? And also got tour. So in between the competition, so basically the whole event is more than 10 days. So the competition is about 7 days. They have theoretical round, practical round, observational round. In between, they go for tours, all right? So this is a tour of one of the Lake District there, all right, outside there. And this is in what they call Romanian. This Teo is not our Teo in Malaysia, no? This is in what they call Romanian, Pensionia Teo, all right? Very nice. But this is also, we have to get down from the bus and walk through a narrow gorge, something like the mini Grand Canyon, all right? Very nice. That was October, close to end of autumn, very nice. The valley was full of colorful trees, all right? And we walked there, very nice walk. But quite cold there. And then next to a lake, beautiful lake, we were there. And then we also had trying the Romanian dishes. So everywhere we go, we try new dishes, all right? Very nice, all right? And also tour of, this is a kind of Romanian cultural village where you can see the girls stitching those souvenirs in their national costume. They're stitching, making this quilt, all right? Very nice. So you learn a lot of Romanian culture, all right? And then you just souvenir. This souvenir you cannot find in Malaysia. Very nice, all right? Romanian souvenir. And also in between, we go and a lot of cultural presentation. This is a kind of abandoned castle, all right? Where there's a kind of act there, all right? Act. And then they ask the IAO participants to take part in the dance with them. And here, okay, these are the cultural dance people on top, all right? Cultural dance. And then now we're back to the Piacaniam there, where there's another cultural show in their something like the cultural hall. There's a cultural hall. That's a stage where you not only have music, you have cultural dancers also. And the Romanian cultural dance, especially the boys, they wear the heavy boots, and the heavy boots will storm onto the stage, and they make pom pom pom, a lot of nice, very nice. Add on to the music, cultural dance, all right, with singing, all right. And now, after everything is over, we gather at the town hall of Piacaniam, where Professor Gabrielov announced the closing ceremony and the prizes and the results of the Olympiad. So then the organizers one by one will announce the result. And it's just like in the opening ceremony, once they announce the winning, of course, they announce the people, the normal participants, and also those who let's say, who did not get a medal, they announce the name first. Then they will announce, in IAO, they don't say gold medal, silver, what they call bronze, officially. They say Diploma 1, which is gold. Diploma 2, which is silver. Diploma 3, which is bronze. But for us, Diploma 1 means gold. what they call 2 means silver, diploma 3 means bronze. All right. So now they announce all the results, including the medal winners. So and medal winners, all right, and they all go to stage, all right. And now we announce that our Jachin in the beta group, he got the bronze. So first time Malaysia took part in IAO, and first time we won a bronze. Sri Jachin, right, from SMK Sultan Ismail in Johor. All right, we're very proud of him. So he was standing there on the stage with other winners of all the gold, silver, and bronze medal from South Korea, and this I think from Russia and so on. All right. So you can see Jachin there, right, on the stage. And then when it's all over, we go out the hall and everyone was so happy. So now you have Professor Gabrielov with our Malaysian team, all right. So Jachin is here with his medal, all right, his bronze medal, and with the certificate saying that he won a bronze medal. And then Benjamin with his certificate of participation, Bani, Apik, and Khairun. And this Professor Gabrielov, in a sense, quite happy that there are a lot of new teams coming. So Malaysia is the first time taking part. So he welcomed our team to take part with him. All right. So now this is the bronze medal that Jachin won. And this is the front part. This is the other part. Right. So congratulations to Jachin. Right. Okay. So now we go to the next one. This one, before we go to the other question you can ask. So last year, the Olympiad was held remotely online. So it's called International Remote Astronomy Olympiad, IRAO 2021. Jachin, can you still hear me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
IO 2020 is cancelled, right? Because of
Yeah.
the COVID.
Yeah, correct. So I forgot about that. So we waited what is called earlier in 2020 because of the pandemic and everyone's locked down. So IAO 2020 was cancelled. So instead, we waited for IAO 2021 to be done. We waited January 2021, 20 February until September. Suddenly, we got a news in the website that yes, it's on, but online. So we prepared. So the 4 participants here, our Ng Kin Him from Chong Ling High School, Penang, and Ku Yum Ning from Han Chiang High School, Penang, Sri Jachin. I think he's still in. Is he still in? No. Are you in Tuanku Japa?
Now in Tunku Java, yes.
He's called Tuanku Japa in Mantin in Negeri Sembilan, and Ong Cheng Yin, Methodist Boys School in KL. So they're in our AC Marriott Hotel in Penang. All right, and again sponsored by our Ardent Education Berhad. All right, and these are the other people who organized. Our Muhammad Daim, a very great help. My previous USM student now is applying to do Ph.D. All right, in radio astronomy in China, and this Yo Zonglin, one of the USM Club member, and I'm here. So this is a Malaysian team, IRAO 2021, held in Penang online. Okay. So now, anything I miss out, Jason, before I continue the next one?
You covered it very well. So how are Malaysians performing in IO?
Yeah. So how are Malaysians performing? So I have to say it. We cannot leave up the information is. So in a sense, Malaysians are quite new to the game of Olympiad, Astronomy Olympiad. Remember, first time we took part was in 2013, IOAA, International Olympiad Astronomy Astrophysics in Greece. I led the Malaysian team there. All right. And that time was first, and it was a big eye opener. Then when we went there, and when we came back, we told ourselves the IAO standard, the IOA standard is very high standard. So it's good for us to get experience. So our aim in 2013 was not to win any medal, to get experience, right? So now we have taken part in a few IOA and also IAO. IAO started in 2019 in Romania. Okay, 2021, last year's online one. And this year, we hope that no problem with the COVID cases, we can go to Italy, all right, So now, in a sense, in 2019, Jachin won the bronze in IAO 2019 in Romania, and in IRAO 2021, last year's IAO, the online IAO, we got 2 bronze medals, all right. They are Yun Ming and Cheng Yin. So we are happy. So we are improving, all right. So we hope that our Malaysian students in future can get even more medals, including gold medals in IAO. All right. Okay. So now, how can students prepare for IAO? This is a big question, Justin. How to take part in International Astronomy Olympiad and my Astronomy Olympiad? So in other words, So it's actually for students with science background, right? From 13 years old to 18 years old, all right? Form 1 to Form 5, Form 6, and pre-university, right? So basically I said you have a physics background, you know mathematics, and you're keen to learn more about physics and astronomy. Not only theoretical, practical astronomy, how to analyze astronomy data, and also how to use telescope. So this one is to prepare for it. If you want to do the online thing, it's basically a kind of reading. If you go to the website or Arden, you look later. I'll show you. They'll give you the reading material. So you have to look at the reading material. Okay, they are prepared by us and also by Jerchin, the reading material. Go to it. And very important, you go into the IAO website. Some of the past year's questions and solutions are there. So look at it. So that's it. You have to prepare. And do not think that I will look at my astronomy classes in my school in KL. Then I will do well in IAO. No. It's outside. Many of the topics covered in IAO are not taught in school, theoretical or practical. So we have to do extra reading. All right. So you have to do extra reading and you prepare for the IAO and my. So the first round for the Malaysian students, they have to go through the selection round called MyAO to be held in February this year. And after that, you qualify. Then you are selected to go to IAO. Okay. So this is the website. You go to myao.my and in it, there's a registration part. You click on registration, you can register. All right. Then I think there's a certain closing date for the registration. All right. And then for this, what you call inside this website, a lot of information on how to prepare for MyAO. So remember, we say that what are you taking part? I'm taking part in MyAO, Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad. Right? With the intention that I will qualify to go for the final round of IAO 2022, the 25th IAO in Matera, Italy. All right. So now, what are the benefits of joining MyAO? I think maybe I can ask, Justin, can I ask you, for your own personal point of view, you have experienced IAO. What is the benefits of you taking part in MyAO and IAO?
Well, I think like personally for me, my AO like taught me a lot of personal like problem solving skills. Like even though it's a Olympiad on astronomy, you learn how to solve problems using physics and mathematics, and you can apply it to other fields as well, like even to real life. What is the strategy that you can take to to solve this problem. And yeah, it's not just only about astronomy, but it's also about maths, physics, and solving problems in general. So yeah, what about you, Doctor? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Good comment. So basically, Justin is explaining for his own personal experience, right? So what I would say, most of the benefits are not tangible. Okay, I can show you how much marks I get, but basically it's a kind of like at own personal level. So the benefits that I see the student taking part in my AO is that, including the one they went international one in Romania, is that basically they realize that this astronomy Olympiad is just more than what you learn in school. It's a wide subject and it's introducing a new topic which they don't teach at such level in school called astronomy and astrophysics, right? Then when you do it, your understanding of physics, not only astronomy, understanding of physics, astrophysics, and even mathematics, manipulation of mathematics will be improved tremendously, right? So basically, your outlook will be widened. Hey, astronomy is so powerful. There's so, and then you start reading into the IAO website. You realize that it's actually a worldwide phenomenon, not Malaysia, the whole world. So young people around the world, they are preparing even when in standard 5, standard 6, hopefully when they're in Form 1, Form 2, they're in Brazil, in Czech Republic, Romania, to take part in IAO. So, you realize that many people in the world are keen. And let's say, if they qualify to go into the IAO, the face-to-face one, I said in Romania, you are going to meet many of the people, young people around the world with your same interest. Right? So can you tell us some of the experience, Justin, meeting those other participants in Romania? What do you gain from that?
Yeah, like if you go to the Olympiad, you're gonna meet a lot of like-minded people, not for your own country but other countries as well. So it's kind of cool. Like when you keep these relationships and friendships for a long time, then you will see them down the road when you go to other astronomy competitions and organizations. You will see their faces again, and you become lifelong friends. So yeah, it's a very good experience.
Yeah. And then I remember like in Romania and in the even IOA, you meet some of the young boys and girls who are barely in school, Form 1, Form 2, take part in IAO, IOA. They when you talk to them, they are very playful, They don't look serious. But when you come to announce the result, they are good. So it doesn't mean that you have to be very studious looking to do well in IAO. So as long as they can enjoy life and you can still do well in IAO, all right? So you open your outlook. You meet a lot of people. Then you come back to Malaysia and say, hey, this is a good thing to take part. My AO and IAO, right? So should me imagine I'm a student or if I'm a parent, either me or my child should join IAO. So in a sense, my short answer is, it's about time, you decide. If you don't decide, don't be left behind. So now the interest in Astronomy Olympiad in Malaysia is very hot. It started in 2013, all right, 9 years ago in USM, Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad, and then we went to the International Astronomy Olympiad Astronomy Astrophysics in Greece, and later on Malaysians have been taking part in IAO and IOAA also. All right, and just to let you know, in the recent IOAA 2021 held online, our Jian also took part. He won a gold medal, right? So this is the first time a Malaysian student has taken part in any international Olympiad, Astronomy Olympiad, and got a gold medal. So big congratulations to Jian. So it will be a big inspiration for Malaysians to take part, right? So I would say that it's about time you take part, right? So to see what is excitement and so on around the world, all right? And if you want to take part in this Olympiad, you find that, hey, don't compare the big teams from Romania and Iran. Compare with our neighbors, Thailand, Indonesia, all right, and Singapore. Their teams have been winning. Let's say they have a team of 5 students. Out of the 5 students, 4 of them will win medals, right? And the team from this Iran, for example, IOAA, they sent 2 teams, each team got 5 students, 10 students. All the 10 students won medals, right? So then you realize that these countries are so advanced in astronomy. We don't know that Malaysia, we are not so good. Then you open your eyes. Then you say, we want to be like that, right? So it's about time you join or your child join my AO. So the benefits are not, so say straight away you can put it on a material term. So basically, you will motivate the child to learn science and to meet a lot of people and to realize that astronomy can be even a career also, all right? Okay. So now, will IAO, my AO help in university application or scholarship? I have no direct experience except one. Okay, I don't mention the name. So now people can apply to go to study maybe for their A level, all right, with their participation in the IAO or IOAA. It has helped them. So from my point of view, as a USM lecturer, if you are, let's say you apply to go to the university, let's say a Malaysian university, and let's say you qualify to go in on the basic qualification, but with this achievement in the IAO, you have participated, right, and even won a medal, it will definitely help. And I would say that if you apply to go study in overseas university, all right, your performance in the IAO will definitely help you to get a place help you in the university. If you have your basic qualification is qualified, but with this additional achievement, it will help you to qualify to get the application if you go for overseas university, right? So how are Malaysians perform in IAO? I already answered just now, right? So Jian had won a gold. No, IAO we had Jian winning a bronze in Romania 2019 IAO, and last year IRAO, the remote one in Penang, we have 2 of them winning bronze, right? So we hope that more Malaysians can win. So in a sense, if we have better training facilities, better organization, I'm very sure our future Malaysians can win even more gold, can start winning gold medals, silver, and more medals in this what they call IAO. All right. So and then we hope that by promoting for this IAO for this year, the awareness for IAO in Malaysia is even more. More students will be willing to take part, right? So how can students prepare for my IAO? As I said, the first round of my IAO 2022 will be in 26th of February, about a month's time. So still enough time to prepare. So look at the materials there, all right, in the my AO.my website, and also look at the IAO website. Get it? Or if you want, you can contact me. Can contact Justin. All right? We can start our group, our WhatsApp group to train you all. All right? So now is Matera, Italy. So basically, I repeat. So you are going to register. Those who are keen, register, and then the first round will be 26th of February. You must register on time. First round is 26th of February 2022, and then after that we have the selection round. The final selection round will be done in April 2022, and by April 2022 we'll be able to identify the five finalists, and after having the five finalists named already there, so we are going to train these five finalists intensively. Imagine there's no more MCO, no more lockdown. You may have to come to Penang or KL, where we are going to have regular discussion with you to train, both in theoretical round, in practical round, and observation round, including putting out the telescope at night and teaching you how to use the telescope. You must handle, because you are good in theory, you are good in analyzing the data, practical round, but you don't know how to use telescope, so you don't have high marks in practical in observational round. So you must be good in three: theoretical, practical, observational. Then only you can do well. All right. So we have the five panelists. We'll train them intensively, and hopefully in October will be held face to face, if everything goes according to plan, in Matera, Italy. Now you look at Matera. I've been following Matera for some time. In the EU, European Union, some years ago they call Matera as a kind of European cultural city. All right, there you are, southern Italy. All right, and it's a cultural city, and there the 25th IAO 2022 will be held. All right, if everything goes according to plan. Right, that's it. So that's it. So this is the website, myao.my, and inside there you can go to register and get all the materials or how to learn and so on. Okay, and the round, this selection round will be held online 26 February 2022 using Zoom. All right. So Justin, have I missed out anything?
Yeah, you made a very amazing presentation, Dr. Chong. I think you covered most of all the important things.
So as usual, whenever we present our astronomy activities in Penang, you must always present with semangat yang cukup, enough what you call spirit and interest. All right. So that's it.
Hello, Dr. Chong. So before you go, we have actually a few more questions to ask you.
Sure.
There are some parents worrying about the practicality of astronomy, like why should I send my children to participate in this astronomy Olympiad if they won't use astronomy in their career? So how would you recommend? How would you encourage them to join astronomy Olympiad?
Actually, this is an excellent question. All right, and then okay. Actually, I start getting this question. Remember USM Club? This is not recorded, No recording,
Yeah, it will be recorded, but if you don't want to,
okay. We started astronomy in USM Astronomy Club in 1986. I think about 1 or 2 years later, 87, 88, the members of the public started to join us for stargazing in USM. The family, the children, all right, and we allow them to join me. And already that time, something like what you said, my son is very keen, standard 5. So is there any career? And at that time, I was advising them. But then that was during those days condition. But now, just to let you know, we have in 2019, as a group of Malaysian astronomers and amateur astronomers, with me also in it, we wanted to organize GMAC 2020, Global Malaysian Astronomers Convention 2020. All right. So that we bring our Malaysian astronomers, professional astronomers, overseas and Malaysia, to come to KL and also go to roadshow in Penang and other places to meet the Malaysian people. And we came up with a list that In 2019, the list was, in 2019, in the list, there are 80 Malaysians, 80 Malaysians who have already got their PhD in astronomy or on the way to get PhD. 80. Let's say half of them got PhD, 40. That's a big number, no? So that means all these years of our effort since the 1980s in KL, in Penang, and other Malaysian groups, including Pension Negara, has a good result. So many of these astronomers in the list, I know them. They are not USM, so I know them. When they joined us in high school, but some of them I don't know. So, and they are doing research to get their PhD, or they are doing already got PhD in very advanced topic. I just quoted three. 2016, Hafiza Nur Isa from International Islamic University, her team was a team that detected the gravitational wave. All right, remember, I was waiting for this experiment to work since the 1990s. For 20 years, I was waiting. So no news, I already gave up hope. Then discovery. First detection of gravitational wave. She was in the team. Of course, her team was a big group, using the two gravitational wave detector LIGO in America. All right. And 2017, Dr. Noor Alika from UKM, she and a group from University of Durham in UK, all right, they first were able to detect the supermassive black hole in one of the global star clusters. Big discovery. And then a bigger one. Our Penang old boy, Dr. Kevin Kwee Jun Yi, right? His group, Event Horizon Telescope, EST, right? The group of 200 astronomers, professors around the world, using many of the sub-millimeter radio telescope, they were able to image the supermassive black hole in the center of M87, all right, galaxy in Virgo constellation. Big success. The humanity, use a big term. Humanity has been waiting to get it the first time. Fantastic. And Kevin Kwee came back to USM to give a talk, and also in Penang public talk. So now it's not Malaysian astronomers are becoming astronomers also. Big discovery. So we hope more and more Malaysians can make big discovery. I'm not trying to make a big deal. You never know. One day, Nobel Prize physics, like this. So now there's an opportunity for Malaysians to pursue their PhD in astronomy, astrophysics, or astronomy-related topic. After getting it, either they come back and become a lecturer in the Malaysian University or in many of the research organizations and universities around the world. So there's opportunity now. 18 Malaysians, got PhD or about to get PhD.
So there's actually a lot of opportunities for Malaysians out there, if they want to do astronomy or astrophysics. So,
I just want to add one more. In the 1980s, early 1900s, up to 1995, that's why my son is very keen. He wants to become astronomer. And later on, my daughter likes to become an astrophysicist. Now, the boys and girls of Penang got very sophisticated taste. I've been to KL also. Now, I want to be a cosmologist. I don't like to use telescope. I like theory. They want to study cosmology, right? And there was a boy in Chongling, Chong, I would like to join the NASA Origins program. Now, NASA Origins program has closed down, but many years ago, got, what? To look for life in the universe. NASA got, big program, So this boy want to join NASA to look for, do astrobiology, like this. And there are many of them are keen to do radio astronomy, right? And there was one girl, I don't want to mention her name, she's from Common Green Lane, Penang. I think listen to me, I think 16 years ago, 1967, 66, called me once a week for half a year. So, then after I said, you should actually go to Russia because she wants to study how the human body reacts to space, weightless condition in space. The cosmonaut, I said, you should go to Moscow Star City because the Russians have spent the longest time in space. So their space medicine is very advanced. So I advised her to go and study in Moscow to do space medicine. But later on, because at that time in 1967, career not so good. 1996, 1996, not so much opportunity. So she went to London Imperial College to do medicine. And later she became a specialist in medicine. But her first aim was to do space medicine. So all kinds of things. And there was also a girl, I forgot her name. Oh, she asked me about it. I said, oh, actually, what you are doing is you want to become a space nutritionist. The food that the astronaut, cosmonaut, taikonaut eat, what is the calorie, the mineral in it? So the food you eat on the ground, on the earth, the food you eat, I eat, and the food the astronaut eat in space different. So I said, you actually under space nutrition. So it will become that. I'm very sure in NASA, in Roscosmos, Russian Space Agency, and CNSA, the China Space Agency, they are what are called space nutritionists. They study the food that the taikonaut, astronaut, cosmonaut eat. So a lot of interest now, radio astronomy, all kinds of interest now. So now, I use the word, the floodgates are open. The gates open. It can be anything you want now. So many things. So nice, Yeah.
So there's a lot of paths, like even if you join the Astronomy Olympiad, even if you don't want to be a astronomer or astrophysicist, you still can go to a lot of careers by using the
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like it serves a great inspiration for all these young kids, like if they want to become like in NASA origin program or they want to be a cosmologist, so they can join Malaysia Astronomy Olympiad like for the inspiration.
Yeah.
Right.
And actually now, I think Jason brought a very important point, So basically is that because astronomy is a very interesting scientific discipline, it's the only scientific discipline that touches on all the other disciplines. Physics, mathematics, the orbits, chemistry. And now they have discovered about 5,000 exoplanets, all right? Astrobiology coming in, alien, life in the universe, And in fact, astronomy touches all fields of human knowledge, including religion and other things. So in a sense, if you go to astronomy, it's a kind of a portal to open your mind to a lot of things. Just to let you know, many of the famous scientists in the world, they are not astronomers, no? They are biologists, they are geologists, and other science disciplines. But the first interest in science was through astronomy. But they were very young, the Masari boy in UK or in America or maybe in Japan, they already got their science center, they joined the local astronomy club. They already exposed, they have seen the rings of Saturn at 5 years old already. So by the time they're 10 years old, they can recognize all the constellations. So later become a geologist, a world-famous geologist. So the first interest in science for many of the famous scientists, some of them are Nobel Prize winners, was through astronomy. They are not astronomers, but first interest was through astronomy. So you lead them to others. Yeah.
So like students nowadays, if they have an interest in astronomy, if they want to join Malaysian Astronomy Olympiad, they can be successful in all these sciences.
So
indicator of
interest as well. So I think judging your important point is basically if you the important thing in taking part in Olympiad is not to say I must win the medal, I must do well. No, give yourself an opportunity to learn something new. And hey, after you go to halfway through, you learn a lot of new things, And let's say maybe in your first year not so good, you try again next year. So now you are more determined. So I find it a very nice topic, astronomy, astrophysics, all right? And you develop the attitude that once you're on the aim to do something in your life, say to take part in Olympiad, you never let go. You try your very, very best. So the attitude of trying your very best, all right, will train you to be very successful in your future academic area. Because no joke, if you want to do well in Olympiad, you have to go through a lot of things. So it trains you to have the correct mindset.
So the Olympiad mindset.
Yeah, Olympiad mindset. Yeah. And then you said that you can claim that you are taking part. I was an Olympian. An Olympian. Yeah.
So Doctor, I have one more question. It's about the performance of Malaysia in IAO. So you have said that the neighbors of Malaysia like Thailand, Indonesia, and Singapore, even Vietnam, they are stronger in Malaysia than Malaysia in IAO. So they are like people like us. They share almost the same geography. They share some of our cultures. So why do you think that they can perform so much better than us? How can we also increase our performance?
I cannot say for Vietnam because Vietnam is a new player in the Olympiad, you see. So basically these are talking on policy matters. I think we have no right to comment on it, the policy matters. Okay. So basically, I'm talking here, more important, Justin, is we are doing at the grassroots level to create the awareness in IAO among the Malaysian students. And if you ask me, with our record in the past two IAO 2019 Romania and the online IRAO 2021, I would say that we are on the correct track to do well in future Olympiad. So we can do it.
You are saying that we actually have a very good foundation, and if we do
Yeah,
it
good
right, we can
foundation.
build our performance. Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
okay.
we are unconvinced that the young Malaysians, all right. So we hope that more and more Malaysians will. We are not trying to say that learn astronomy, no, experience it, experience it. You look at the Milky Way with your eye, take some astro photo, and you can relate your studies at the same time. Now remember, Justin, I have been watching astronomy documentaries for many years now. BBC, National Geographic, Discovery Channel. Many of the scientists, when they report their discovery in this documentary, public documentary, they don't say, except for astronomy. Many of the astronomers, they are now in the big observatory in Hawaii, and they're interviewed by the woman reporter, and this astronomer is very young, about 30, 35 years old, said, actually, you know what? I became an astronomer 5 years ago. I'm very lucky to work in this big observatory in Hawaii, and I actually love doing what I'm doing. Remember what? I know what to say. And I'm paid for it also, no? That means that he's paid to be an astronomer because he's an astronomer. But he likes what he do. How many of your job in the world as a researcher in science discipline, you can say that? You like what you do very much. And you are paid for it. The paid for it is a kind of a side benefit. The main benefit is he learns science astronomy firsthand. But the side benefit is he get paid for it. Not many people can say that, no. Many of the astronomers say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be a very interesting career if like Malaysians went on to be astronomer or astrophysicists.
Yeah. So we hope in future, maybe we can Judging, you can interview here our Malaysian astrophysicists. All right.
Yeah.
Our Malaysian, let's say, what they call astrobiologists. All right. And so on, whatever. Yes. For example, if you ask me, if I'm a young Malaysian, all right, I have gone through my high school, my bachelor science degree. I want to pursue a career in astronomy. What are you going to do? I want to look for my ET, extraterrestrial. Remember, in the many years ago, I was high school in KL, national school in KL. I asked myself, I was an armchair astronomer, reading astronomy as an armchair, right? Because no telescope in my school, no club. So to me, I already read that because a lot of science fiction stories full of aliens, they don't use aliens, they're the good aliens. So I told myself in the 1960s that I also want to look for my ET, my good alien in that. But those days, they have not discovered any exoplanet yet. First exoplanet confirmed was discovered in 1995 Although there was one a few years earlier, but that's around the pulsar. Cannot be alive. 1995, 51 Pegasi, the star in Pegasus, got the Jupiter-sized planet orbiting the star. Now it's 5,000. So now, you know what is it? These are the exoplanet hunters published in the article you can read, the research article, that they are saying everywhere you see this statement, every star in Milky Way should have at least one planet. Question?
So it's full.
How many stars are there in Milky Way? 200 billion. Bangkok. Hua! 2 with 11 zeros. 200 billion stars. There are more stars in Milky Way than there are 8 billion people on this earth. More stars in Milky Way than there are people. Now, if every star got one planet, there should be at least 200 billion exoplanets in Milky Way. Wow! So now you ask a question, God, Milky Way got intelligent aliens? Sure, must have what? The numbers are so big. So now, we are now giving talk in Penang that in the end of my talk, I show a picture of Yoda, the Jedi Knight Yoda, which is like a lightsaber that, and the Yoda, and the title of the last slide is, I am looking for my ET and I will find you. Meaning what? Day after day, night after night, the radio telescope around the world, the radio telescope is not to look at the galaxy to study, to listen for intelligent signal coming from one of the planet from the star, and analyzing, see where the thing is intelligent. For example, the SETI at Home website, I've been in last time. So what I'm saying is that anytime they can discover intelligent life. So my most exciting question was, E.T., I'm looking for you, where are you? But now it's, E.T., I'm looking for you, I will surely find you. So this can be achievable. Yeah, very exciting. So we are in a very exciting time. And don't forget, few days ago, we saw on our handphone that James Webb Space Telescope has entered into correct parking orbit of the L2 Sun-Earth Lagrangian point. So that means you're going to park and hope that it all work in order, and the first good data will come in June this year. So now James Webb Telescope will be gigantic discovery in astronomy, everything. Remember, some of the astronomers around will say that if James Webb Space Telescope will work well, the discovery will rewrite the astronomy textbook. Yeah, and one of the important mission objective is to look for those exoplanets that can have life. Very exciting. So if you look at me, I don't like to call myself alien hunter. I'm actually ET hunter. I'm looking for ET. Yeah. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chong. Yeah, so like it's quite interesting to think that there's a lot of possibility for life outside of what we call home Earth right now. So
Yeah. So I
maybe
just say,
one of our student in Malaysia Astronomy Olympiad who went on to discover life. Can happen.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like Justin, don't become a career as an astronomer, as an astrophysicist. These are the old ones. There are 101 career in professional astronomy you can do too, and some are very exciting. So look at the latest trend. They can have big discovery. So we are waiting and waiting for the first human being. Whatever you can detect alien by listening to radio wave, but the other technique called OSETI, optical SETI. They can also, the alien can pass the light from the star in optical light to give intelligent signal. So detecting the intelligent signal from the exoplanet from the star by using an optical telescope. So we are waiting where the first announcement that they'll confirm detection of an intelligent alien civilization from the planet number 20th planet around the star in that constellation. We are waiting. Yeah, it's in our lifetime. Exciting. Yeah.
Okay. So, Doctor, I think that concludes our session today. So, thank you so much for joining us at IESO right now.
Just send me the link later on. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Do you before you go, do you have anything to say to the students out there that want to join the astronomy?
Okay. So what I'm saying is that, of course, I would say many of them taking part is the first time. My first advice is give it a try.
Okay.
Give it a try. Do you have something? And you hope that if you go to, whether you can qualify for the after the first selection round for the next round, doesn't matter. Give yourself the exposure, and then you see whether there's a change in your attitude. Let's say you do well in the first round, and then you continue, realize that, hey, astronomy is a much more exciting thing than I thought, because I was not exposed. So in a sense, my AO 2022 is a good opportunity to expose, to let the Malaysian people, students know that there's a thing called my AO, and it's more than what they think. It's not just an academic discipline. It's actually can change your life, the mental outlook, the scientific outlook, for the better, for the much better. Huh? Yeah.
So Astronomy Olympiad is very exciting opportunity for all the students there. So thank you, Dr. Chong.
Okay.
And I think maybe we can see you next time.
Okay. Thank you. It's my pleasure. Okay. All the best to you, Justin. Okay.